Well, this wasn't a video I was expecting to be putting out on this channel at any time ever when I started doing this channel, and it's going to be hard to get through this, so bear with me. I just want to say thank you, firstly, before I start talking about Claude, to every single person that has reached out to me, to Kenny and Shig and all the other people, Afsal, Tony Rolfe, like all of the people that have reached out to them, and anybody else connected close to Claude, his family and stuff like that. It's been mad. It's been absolutely insane, the level of condolences that have been from everywhere, and it's sad, man. It's proper sad, and it's cut me, man, big time. And he's up there shining. I know he is. He's up there looking down, hoping the best for me, for all of you guys, every Arsenal fan, whether you're not an Arsenal fan, anyone who came into contact with Claude knows what a nice guy he is. And it's a deeply tragic week, not just for me, but for a lot of people, and the impact he had on a lot of people as well. And it's been really hard, because it was such a shock. I've seen a lot of people speculating and making assumptions. Nobody knows what's happened, so just stop with the assumptions. Like, nobody knows yet. We're still waiting to find out that. And I've seen a lot of accusations being posted towards certain people. Leave them out of it, man. Like, listen, at the end of the day, if you want to post anything, post about Claude. You know, he was one of my best friends, and he always made time for me. And from the very first day I met him, he made time for me. I'll never forget it. He actually bought me a coffee the first time I met him. And we were outside the ground, and he bought me a coffee. And it was always, that's Claude. He was just a lovely geezer. Like, he wouldn't harm a fly. He had a heart of gold. He'd give somebody his last penny if he had it, and it could help them. And it's tragic, really is tragic what's happened. And it's not going to be the same without him, I can tell you that. Especially for me, doing this channel. He's been a big part of this channel for a long time. I've always had time for him, and he was, when I did the first ever podcast I did on this channel, sat outside the Emirates, which was before I moved to Spain. I wanted to do a podcast in a certain type of way, and that was the plan at the time. Obviously, things changed in my life. I moved to Spain. My decision to move out there, and obviously I couldn't do the podcast the way I wanted to do it anymore. But that particular podcast, I'll never forget it either. I'll never forget that, because I wanted him to be the first person to be on the podcast. Yeah, and that was because of a number of reasons, really. A lot of people have disrespected him over the years. A lot of people have treated him like crap over the years. A lot of people won't invite him onto their shows. A lot of people just mugged him off, belittled him, and it was sad. And I wanted to not be like that with him. I found him such a nice guy from day one I met him. And like I said, he bought me a coffee. And yeah, man, it was mad. It was mad. And that day we did the podcast, we ended up afterwards going to the Tollington, and we had a couple of drinks. And yeah, it was really good. And then I got the train back to Milton Keynes, where I was living at the time. And I was on the phone to him most of the way back. We've been in group chat with Kenny, Zach, Afsal and Shig. We've all been in a group chat, which was the podcast that we then continued on. It was basically our group chat podcast. And he's just a quality guy, man. A quality guy. So hilarious. Like, some of the one-liners that guy's come out with over the years. I mean, even his last fan cam that he did on this channel, the title of it was "Thomas Partey should be playing at Twickenham." And I asked him what title he wanted me to put on it. I said to him, what do you want me to put the title as? He said, put that as the title. That's funny. And he always made me laugh. He was always appreciative of me, which was exactly the same. I was appreciative of him, and it was a genuine bond, a genuine friendship. And gonna be really hard without him to watch football, and fucking hell, it's gonna be difficult to not speak to him again and to not see him again. Like, it's mad. I'm not going to see my friend, and that cuts me up, man. It's hit me real hard, really hard, and I know he'll be sitting there, probably having a go at Rocky. He'll be wagging his finger, and he'll be talking to Rocky up there. They're both up there together. He's back with his mum as well. They're all shining, I know they are, and he'll be looking down at me, and he won't want me to be upset. I know he won't, and he'll be saying, "Come on, get through it. Go on, get through it, Lee." I know he will. He was such a top geezer, man. Like, I remember so many stories from him. I'm not gonna say any of the bad ones, but I'm just gonna remember the good times with him, man. Like, we've never fallen out, me and Claude, but I know he's been in some dark places at times, and he knew who his friends were. And I was one of them, and I'm proud to be his friend, and I was proud to have him as my friend. Every single time we did a show, even the podcast, for example, on here, he was always the first one backstage waiting, always, because it was a highlight to him. He was coming on Lee's channel, and I was always telling him, "Claude, you're the superstar, not me, mate. I'm just a nobody that's just, you know, made myself into a position with a bigger-ish account. I'm not as big as Claude will ever be. Like, Claude, we've seen that with all the tributes and the condolences. It's insane, the level of people, the amount of people from all walks of life. Doesn't matter what team you support, that gets put in the bin, yeah, when something like this happens and a good football man goes. And yeah, it's mad. It's actually mad. Like, I remember, and like, I cried when somebody said this. I see it on a tweet, I think it was the other day. Somebody said, "You always told him at the end of streams that you love him." And I did love him. I do love him. I still love him, and I've always loved him. Like, before I even met him, I used to watch his videos, like, on AFTV. And when I finally met him, and like I said, he brought me that coffee, we were still talking for ages. It was freezing as well, by the way, that night. Absolutely freezing. And it was mad. And then, you know, we always used to meet up on match day and have a good old chinwag and stuff like that. And, you know, we'd speak in the group chat for hours. We'd speak on FaceTime. I remember when I was sat by the pool after the cup final back in Spain. That was one of his darker times, to be fair. And he wouldn't answer the phone to me. And that was after what happened last year with Arsenal tweeting about it. And mate, and he was not in a good place at that time. And you know what? I've seen him rise back from that, and I've seen him come back from that, and he was happy. Like, there were certain things that, you know, upset him along the way. Obviously, lockdown that did upset him, not being able to move around freely and do what he wants, but obviously not being able to go and watch Arsenal every week. You know, that was his life. Arsenal Football Club was his life, and it has been his life from when he was 4 years old. You know, so it's absolutely crazy. And I just wanted to say, keep shining, man. Rest in paradise, my friend. I know you're up there. You're reunited with your mum. I know you'll be happy about that, and I know that he'll be looking down and he'll be saying, "Pull yourself together, Gunnar." Well, that's easier said than done right now, but I'll try, definitely. And I want to say to every single person who's reached out to me as well, and every single person that's said, like, I don't think I've actually seen a bad comment on my posts anyway about Claude, and the amount of people that have said cheers for really being a good friend to him. And so you don't have to thank me. Yeah, I did it because I'm genuine with it. He was my friend. And seriously, it's mad. It's actually mad. And the amount of people that have said that they can see that the bond between us was was just great, and you could see that we had a laugh and a joke all the time. Amount of times I've had to calm him down from certain situations as well. You know, it's like he wore his heart on his sleeve. And rest in paradise, my friend. And thank you to every single person who's reached out to me. It's genuinely from the bottom of my heart been really, really welcoming and appreciative. So thank you very much.